computer is picking up a strange signal. Here, sir, you better take a look at
it. Hello, and welcome to episode 119 of Life Through a Prism with your host, Rob Tierney. And in this podcast, we may look at topics including LGBTQIA+, disability, and pop culture. In this episode, we're going to look at LGBTQIA+, and the article comes from qnews.com.au, entitled Exclusive Inside the Secret Battle Over Trademarking Pride Rounds by Dale Roberts, dated 9th of December 2025. A move to trademark Pride Round has opened a fierce battle between two LGBTQIA+ sporting organisations over whether the name should be protected or remain in the public domain. Pride Cup, which works with sporting clubs and organisations to deliver queer inclusion matches and education programs, has applied to trademark Pride Round and Pride Game. The terms are widely used across community and elite sport, and any change to who controls them could influence how they are run, branded or delivered in the future. The proposal prompted two separate oppositions, including one from the AFL that was later withdrawn, and one from LGBTQIA+ inclusion organisation Proud to Play, which remains active. Why trademarks were lodged. The applications for Pride Round and Pride Game were first submitted over 2 years ago in August 2023. Pride Cup CEO Hayley Conway says the trademarks were lodged to protect sporting pride events from being diluted or misappropriated. Pride Games and Pride Rounds have at times been misappropriated and used as marketing tools without authentic engagement, leading to the very public rejections and harms, she told Q News. The best way to prevent attempts to rainbow wash sport with marketing and not true inclusion is to set a minimum standard that money-making elite sports need to adhere to. Pride Cups, marks once registered, will give us the ability to ensure that sporting games and events that use our trademarks comply with minimum inclusion education standards. Although Proud to Play CEO Christine Granger agrees there is an issue to solve, she doesn't believe Pride Cup's approach is the right one. Pinkwashing is a large problem with these events, and there needs to be more accountability in the sector, she explains to us. That can be advocated for from organisations and individuals that do work in the space, but it should be community-led and pressured, not simply pressure from an organisation that stands to have commercial gain from holding trademarks. Pride Rounds and Games would be licensed. If the trademarks are registered, Pride Cup intends to use a licensing model to use the names. This follows their current approach to organisations and clubs that want to organise a Pride Cup. Where a professional sports body wants to use our marks, it will be licensed with additional requirements that they make a donation of proceeds towards an LGBTIQA+ community organisation of their choice, Hayley says. We want to make sure that every sports game or event organised under the trademarks authentically engages and supports our communities. Hayley states that sporting codes would still be able to work with organisations of their choice. The standard licensing terms allow for users of our marks to engage with any LGBTIQA+ organisation to provide inclusion education, she explains. Already many sporting codes work with multiple LGBTIQA+ organisations to meet their needs. This wouldn't change. Impact on LGBTQIA+ community groups. She also states that queer community clubs can still organise events, provided that community clubs comply with the standard licensing terms and the inclusion education obligations. They can still organise events using our trademarks. In addition, community clubs would potentially be the beneficiaries of donations from professional sport organisations that use our marks in respect of their own sports games or events, and could be engaged as providers of inclusion education if they have the relevant expertise. Concerns about education and control. Proud to Play believes that a single organisation holding a trademark over inclusion games and rounds is a risk. It reduces choice in the sector and holds people to a standard of one organisation, Christine explains. One organisation shouldn't control how that lived experience can be communicated to people in the sporting sector, where a lot of work and entrenched beliefs are apparent. She also believes there is a risk of education becoming a tick box exercise in itself. If a minimum standard is set through education, sports organisations may lean towards delivery of that minimum standard rather than sustained, ongoing, 360-degree education that happens year-round, Christine argues. We believe Pride Games and Pride Rounds are rewards for work done in that sector. We know that LGBTQIA+ folks deliver education best when it speaks to lived experience. Sometimes that lived experience might not be a comfortable situation for some people, or presented in a way that conforms with someone's expectations. Who should own Pride events? Although there are concerns about the licensing model and risk of standards, Proud to Play believes the most important factor is the community. We believe the term Pride should be associated with community when it comes to events, and that it falls into the same category as an organisation trying to trademark Indigenous Round or Women's Game, Christine explains. There is a diverse way of celebrating these ones with and by the communities they are for, and no one organisation should be gatekeeping across the ways our community expresses itself, or the ways they celebrate in the terminology they use. Legal route protects the community. Pride Cup CEO Haley believes their legal route proves the best outcome for the community. If we leave our inclusion initiatives unprotected, we legally create space for larger organisations with big marketing budgets to claim them, she argues. This approach protects the purpose of Pride Game events in perpetuity for the whole community to use and benefit from. Community consultation concerns. Proud to Play ultimately believes the community should have a say and be consulted. The LGBTQI+ community sports clubs we have personally spoken to have expressed concerns about this trademark, and that's one of the reasons we're objecting to it, she says. No LGBTQI+ community sports clubs or organisations have been consulted, and no notice has been issued. This issue is one that Proud to Play has raised as part of its objection to the trademark. We believe the term should be held by community and our people, especially those without commercial interest and are doing it for the love of the sport, she says. They should be heavily consulted, and their views should shape what trademark, if any at all, should exist, where that should be held and how. What's next? The two parties have been involved in dialogue during the official cooling off period of the trademark dispute. However, talks have failed to deliver a solution. Proud to Play's opposition remains active. Records from IP Australia show Proud to Play has submitted all of its evidence in support. Pride Cup must submit all of its evidence by 5th of March 2026. After that, Proud to Play may file evidence to reply before any hearing or final decision is made. The full impact on elite and community sport is unlikely to be fully understood until the case is finalised. What do you think? Should the terms be trademarked? Or as a community, are we getting too possessive of certain terms such as Pride Round and Pride Game? Or as the article suggests, it needs to be trademarked so the effect is not watered down? Would love to hear what you think. Let's have a conversation. Till next time, take care and bye for now.